So, oops. Here we go, question 1 for the assignment. Let's bring the transparency down here for a minute so you see what's going on. There's that one, and then we put this one on top. Why are you doing this? It doesn't like that one, okay. Yep, that's okay. Well, isn't that wonderful? So Sarah invests $7,400 in some antique furniture. Let's put that in red and just mark those things. We got furniture, brush size, oh sorry. So antique furniture and selling it after 4 years. If the furniture appreciates by 4.5% per annum, calculate how much will it be worth after 4 years. Now look, this is, some of you actually thought that this is simple interest, but it actually isn't, because the value increases, okay? It's just simply compound interest. A equals P 1 plus, and I see where you're going with that, and I see why some of you might think this is actually a simple interest formula, but it actually grows on top of what it has grown the previous year. So this is why it is. So let's just do that, and it's important that we do A and B together. So right now the principal is $7,400. So Sarah paid $7,400 to get the furniture. The interest rate for this particular example, so let's just go with K. K is annually, and hence K becomes 1, and I in our case is the same as our rate, and our rate is 4.5% per annum. Okay, that's important, it's per annum, and that's all we need so far. Oh no, this is going on for 4 years, so T equals N equals 4, because everything is on an annual basis. If it wouldn't be that, then we would have to calculate N separately. So let's put that in there, 7,400. We multiply that by itself, we multiply that by 4.5% per annum, and we take that to the power of 4, because that happens over a 4-year period. Let's get the calculator, and the calculator says 7,400, oh we're not there, 7,400 multiplied by brackets 1 plus 0.045, that's my percentage, to the power of 4 years will give us 8,002, hang on a second, 8,824, $64. Okay, so we are selling the furniture for $8,824.64 in 4 years time. Now question A and B are actually related, so let's just read out what that says. Put that one first and that one second. If inflation averages 2.7% per annum, so inflation is your magic word, so let's just find out what inflation rate is. Okay, so move that up here. Inflation, so going back to the pen. So you need to remember that inflation doesn't have its own formula. You simply need to remember that inflation is this one. And actually your biggest problem is actually understanding what inflation is. So let's just do that. I'll go back here and go, mamma mia, too close. So inflation is the same formula, so that would be $7,400, and that is plus 2.7%, because inflation is an annual rate, and we do that for 4 years, and let's see what our value becomes. So let's get our calculator. So all I change here is I'm going to change this to 2.7%, which gives us $8,232.15. Okay, so again, most of you had a problem with what is inflation. So some of you even suggested that inflation is a way of investing money, but it isn't. Remember, inflation works against you. That is the money of wealth, where the river flows down the mountain at a rate of whatever the inflation is, in our case of 2.7%, okay? Inflation works against you, meaning the purchasing power of your money 4 years ago is less than it was 4 years ago. So let's say that again. You are losing purchasing power. 4 years you could get those pieces of furniture for $7,400. If you would have a similar set of antique furnitures, you would have to pay $8,232.15 now. Okay, you cannot get the same piece for the same amount of money. You need to pay more. So inflation is working against you. Now read this question here once more. We've done that one, great. 4 years, same idea. These ones, they come together, okay? Local bank, okay, there's our second candidate in our race up the mountain of wealth, and that's a bank account. We'll find that out in a minute as well. Actually, let's do that straight away. So that's just ordinary compound interest. Let's just do that. So here we go. A equals 4,700. And we multiply that by itself to the power of, no, sorry. That's I, our interest rate per period. And we do that monthly. And then we have that to the power of 4 times 12. Because there are 12 months in a 4-year period. Now let's see what that's going to give us. Okay, so what we change here, we change that to 48, which is the same as, no, let's just delete that one. So that's 4 times 12, 4 times 12, and our interest rate is 0.42 over 12, and that gives us $8,751.16. Yeah, okay. So once more, where are we? Okay, where are we? Here we go. So let's use something green here. That's the amount of money that we get using the furniture. That's the amount of money we get if we invested in a bank account. Okay, so you can see that furniture is still ahead. Now we really need to read that question. Okay, use calculations to discuss. So we've done some calculations, the wisdom or otherwise of Sarah's investment in antique furniture. And here we go. In brackets, for example, or that is, compare the real value. Well, what is the real value of the two investment options? So first of all, inflation is not an investment option. It isn't. It's working against you. Now we need to find out what it does, how it does work against you. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to take whatever we have gotten, well, not whatever, what we have gotten for our furniture sale 4 years later, and we take away the inflation value, because the inflation value is what we would have to pay now to get that piece of furniture. Okay, so that's a number, and now we do the same with our bank account, because also inflation has been working against us, so this is why we take that away. So we take that also away from our inflation value now, because that is the worth, no, this is how much we have to pay now to get whatever we want. Okay, so let's do that quickly with a calculator. Oops, wrong one. Oh, come on. So let's get those numbers right. 8824 64 minus 823 3 to 15. So that is a real value now. Yeah. So in real terms, we would get $592.49. So that will be our profit, our pure profit, because remember, $7,400 is our principal. You know, we didn't, that's gone too. We don't have that anymore. So that's what we got. That's our profit there. And now let's do the same for the other one. So now it's 8,000. That's what we got from the bank. And now we need to take away our inflation, because inflation is working against us. It's not working for us. It's not. And that's 519.01. And now we can compare those two. Okay? Now we can compare those two. Now let's do this one here quickly. Okay. So once more. That's the amount of money that we've gotten for the furniture. That's the amount of money that we've gotten from the bank for putting our money into the bank account. And these are only the two that we're comparing, but what are we comparing them to? We are not, oh, look at this, I get this wrong here. It is obviously the other way around. It is 7,400, isn't it? 7,400. So what we do is we have a look at whatever the value of the furniture and the balance in our bank account, and take away the amount that we would have to pay to get that piece of furniture, or we would have to invest now to get the same outcome. So we take those two away, the inflation, and that would give us a real value. Real value meaning our increase in value has also been incorporated, as well as our decrease in buying power. Okay, so that is furniture, and this is the bank. And our clear winner is obviously the furniture.